the objective of today's lesson. So today, students can justify the distance formula for the rational numbers on a number line. And for the second statement, and when there is a non-number line, if there is a P and Q rational numbers, and then distance between those two numbers would be like subtraction inside of the absolute value parentheses. Okay, so we're going to talk about this statement in this lesson. And for the then, and I hope you already finished this because you're supposed to finish like beginning of the lesson. There is three problems. The first problem is addition problem. When you add two negative numbers, what do you think the result would be? Feel free to use a calculator. Second one is adding positive and negative numbers. And it's not actually finding a value this time. You need to whether tell me the result is positive or negative or neither. Okay. The last one is, let's say, when you pick those two numbers, when you multiply those two, it has to be 40. And when you add them, it has to be 13. Okay. It's kind of a tricky problem, but I know most of you can find this. Okay. It's just a review from last week. So we finished the then. I assume that we finished the then, and let's start today's lesson now. So the first thing is finding a distance between any two numbers. Could be positive or negative or any kind of numbers. Okay, so let's see. Here's the number line, and in order to find the distance between these two numbers, you need to locate those numbers on the number line. So the first number is -4. It's right here. Second number is 5. It's right here. And distance is just how many blocks far away from each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9 units. Okay. And second one, again, you have two numbers. Now this time both of them are negative. So you need to locate those two numbers on the number line, which is a -4 and -3. Oh, I apologize. It's a -5 and -3. How many units far away? It's just the 2 blocks. Okay. Let me draw this so you can see it, what I mean, the distance between these two. So this is just the 2 units. And the next one, let's see. Oh, so here's the number line, and first number is positive, second number is negative. So we need to locate those numbers on the number line again. So let's see, 7 is right here. And -1 is right here. So distance between those two numbers, starting at this point till next one. Now this time you need to locate 0 and -8. So we're going to locate the 0 and we're going to locate the -8. I apologize, it's on the left side. And then you need to find out what is the distance between these 2 points, which is the length of this line, and it's 8 units. It doesn't matter left or right because distance always represents with positive numbers. We have -3 and 2. I know when we have a number line, it's easy to do it. You just need to go and find them and tell them like what is the distance between two numbers, and it's 5 units. But if there is a no number line, what are we going to do? We're going to use a formula. So what is the formula? Oops, it's right here. The formula is, let's say your first number is P and second number is Q. Could be any numbers. That's why I picked the letters. What it looks like in practice, this formula. Actually, it's simple. Let me show you what I mean. Use this time the distance formula to find each answer. Okay, let's find the first one. So find the distance between -7 and -4. Your first number is -7, second number is -4. What do you think distance between these two numbers? Could you type in a chat? -3s, I have 11. Okay, let's check whether it's -3 or 11. So distance formula was like this, right? Like I need to type two absolute values, which means I need to make my result positive. And then inside of absolute value, you have like two numbers. Like I'm going to put 2 parentheses to type inside of those parentheses the numbers. So it doesn't matter which order. So my first number is -7 and subtracting -4. Okay. If you use your calculator, yes, it is a -3. Thank you so much. But because of we're talking about the distance, we need to make your result positive, which is absolute value of -3, it becomes +3. You guys are very close, okay? The only thing you need to make it positive, whether you find a negative sign number, so you need to make it positive because we're talking about the distance. Okay, thank you so much. And second one, so find a change in temperature if the temperature rises from -18 to 15 Fahrenheit. What do you think? What do you think the temperature change between these two numbers, starting at -18 till +15? Use your calculator. Try to use this formula. Just, formula is just subtracting these two numbers, -18 minus 15. But at the end, you need to make your result positive. Okay. So try to do in your calculator and type in the chat box. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. Until then, let me create my equation so you can see it clearly. So I have a absolute value parentheses. First number is -18, and I need to subtract -18 with my second number, which is +15. What do you think? -18 minus 15. Okay, so if you use your calculator, it's going to be -33, okay? And so you need to make your negative number to positive because you're taking absolute value. Thank you so much, you got it. It's a 33. So next one, and this is the last one. This time we're switching the order. Let's say the temperature dropped from 15 Fahrenheit to -18 Fahrenheit. Are you gonna get the same result? Yes or no? If you switch the order when you do the subtraction. Yes, yes, the answer is no, it's not gonna change. It will be the same even if you switch the order. For example, 15 minus -18, okay? You're right, it's not gonna change. So it's gonna be this time, but inside of absolute value, it's gonna be 33. But because of the absolute value parentheses, the result will be also 33, okay? You're making positive. So thank you so much. So this is about finding a distance between two numbers, okay? And let's see on the second one. Let me clear out this. There is more examples. And so use the distance formula to find each answer and try to support your using a number line. So we're not using a number line much after this point. So, okay, by the way, there is a word problem. And you may see in your exit tickets and then this kind of word problems. So I'm going to show you a very good technique how to do word problems. So when you read the word problem, try to underline the key detail. Like, for example, the first person is Beryl. Okay, I'm going to just say B. And to finish the 5K race is standing 15 feet beyond the finish line. So the finish line will be the key point. Another runner, it's a Jeremy. I'm going to go with J. Is currently trying to finish. He didn't finish yet, but trying to finish the race, and approximately 14 feet before he reaches the finish line. Okay. So what is the minimum possible distance between these two persons? So let's say this is the running line. Okay. Jeremy and Beryl is running on this line, and there is a dash on the racing road. Okay. And I'm going to draw right here the finish line. This is the finish line. And this is the flag that they have to cross it. And your finish line will be your 0. Okay. And the first person, Beryl, was finished the race, and he was like beyond 15 feet, like on the positive side, because he finished, and it's a 15 feet on the right side. So this is the B. Let me draw that barrel. So this is the barrel, little guy, finished the race, and on the other side of the finishing line, this is the finish line, There is a guy named Jeremy, and he's at 14 feet before he reaches. Let's say 14 feet is right here. Okay, and I'm gonna draw Jeremy. I apologize, my persons are looks like the same, but I'm gonna put J on the top. So the question is, these are the two guys, and these are their standing points. Okay, so the question is, what is the minimum possible distance between these two? So, by the way, Jeremy is on the left side of the zero, which means he didn't finish. That means he still owes like 14 feet till the finishing line, so which is negative 14. Okay, so now we need to find out what is the distance between negative 14 and 15. To do that, we're going to use the formula. So we're going to subtract negative 14 with 15. And if you use your calculator, what do you think the distance would be between these two persons? Do we just comment what we think the answer is? What did you say? My question is, what do you think the distance between these two persons? So Jeremy is standing at negative 14 and Beryl is standing at 15. So we're trying to find the distance, how they are far away from each other. So distance between these two persons. What do you think? We're trying to find the distance between these two guys. Oh, somebody says 14. Do you think it's a 14 feet far away from each other? How many feet far away from each other? Okay, let's try. But Jeremy is 14 feet far away from finish line, but not 14 feet far away from Beryl. Yes, you can write it. Write your answer in the chat box. Okay, to find it, you just need to subtract these two numbers, negative 14 minus 15. That's it. Type in your calculator, negative 14 minus 15. No, it's not a 1 feet far away from each other. Look at this. There is a more than 14 feet. All right, hold on. Can you guys see my calculator? Yeah. Okay, so let me show you. And let me turn on my calculator. I think some of you didn't see it. Can you guys see the numbers? So the first number is, this is the negative sign, right? Right here. It's inside of parentheses. So negative 14. I'm subtracting it, minus, and second number is just 15. You just need to type a 15. Look at this, negative 14 minus 15. And when you hit the enter, you're going to end up negative 29, which is, because if you're taking absolute value of that negative 29, it becomes 29. So which means distance between Jeremy and Beryl is at 29 feet far away from each other. Oh, thank you so much. I saw the answers. I didn't check the chat box. You guys got it. Yes. But make it positive 29 because distance is always positive. Okay. So let me minimize the calculator, or let's put the calculator on this side. Maybe we will need it again. Okay. So next problem is, what is the change in elevation from 140 feet above the sea level and 240 feet below the sea level? Okay. Perfect. I'm glad you get it. So let's say I have the elevation. This is the line for elevation. And this is the sea level, because they always talk about the sea level. Okay, it's 0. And 140 feet above sea level. So let's say 140 is right here. And it's positive because it's above the sea level. 140. Oops, my 40 is not clear. Let's make it clear. Okay, 140. And second number is going down 40 feet below the sea level. So 40 feet means like it's a negative. So it will be on the bottom of negative, 0. So it's going to be negative 40. It's below the sea level. The question is, what is the distance between these 2 points? To find it, oops, let me use the arrow so that'll be much clearer for you. So to find it, so you need to find the distance between these 2 numbers. So use the, just to use the subtraction, you just need to subtract these 2 numbers from each other and make it positive. Okay, what do you think? Try to do yourself and type it in the chat box. I'm going to give you, let's say 10 seconds. Use your calculator and try to find the distance between those 2 numbers. Yay, you got it. Yes, you're the only person right now. Yes, it is a, so I'm going to give you, the 10 second is almost over. So you need to subtract, let's say 140 minus -40. And close the absolute value parentheses. By the way, these are the straight parentheses. And inside of straight parentheses, let me show you in the calculator real quick. So clear out. It was 140, right? 140, oops. 140 minus -40. So if you hit the enter, yes, it is 180. Thank you so much. 180. Thank you. Yeah, you got it too. So it becomes positive 180 again, because you're taking absolute value and you're talking about the distance between 2 numbers. Okay, so this is today's lesson. This is where we need in your real life. The formula we need is because sometimes it's very hard to count these blocks when the numbers are getting bigger and bigger. That's why we need to know the formula. Actually, the formula is just the subtracting 2 numbers from each other and making it positive. Okay, if you remember that, you don't have to remember P minus Q stuff. You just think that you need to subtract these 2 numbers to get the distance and then make it positive. That's it. This is all you need to remember for finding a distance between 2 numbers. Okay, and let's clear out and let's see what we have in the next. So, okay, so this is a practice time now. So this is how we do. Okay, and I want you to just pick any number, any question, and type in the chat box. I did question number 9, and the answer is that. Just let me know. I'm going to type your answers right here. Okay, it's a practice time, and you need to try to do by yourself using your calculators. This looks difficult. Okay, let me show you one, and let me show you why it's easy. Okay, so here's a calculator. If you can see this, I'm going to do the number 1, and let's clear out. All you need to do is -19 minus 12. Okay, -19 minus 12. Did you see? You just need to hit the enter, and you're going to see -31. But because of you're taking an absolute value, you just make your result positive. That's it. Okay, so the first one is equals -31, but you need to make it positive 31. Okay, because it's an absolute value number. Yes, it is 31. Thank you so much. I realized your question late. Thank you. You got it. So try to do other questions by yourself. You just need to subtract, you just need to subtract these numbers, 19 minus -12, and make your result positive. I don't know how. So do you have your calculator? Yes or no? Okay, so do you know how to type your calculator, the numbers? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, so now, do you have this kind of calculator, the calculator that I have, similar or the same? Yes, so the only thing you shouldn't mix up with negative sign with minus sign. They're separate things, okay? So this is the negative sign you need to put in front of numbers, and minus sign is the subtraction. So try to use those, and I will show a couple more examples. Oh, by the way, you said number 2 is also 31. Yes, it is 31. Thank you so much. Because the second one is we switched the order and we ended up the same result. Okay, thank you so much. You got it. I don't have a calculator. Oh, even if you don't have a calculator, you figured out. That's awesome. Thank you. I mean, that's smart move. I mean, smart job. Good job. Okay, so Araya, I'm going to show you one more example. Let's say I'm going to show you 5. Okay, and so let's type first -1. So -1 is on the calculator. Pay attention to the calculator. And -1 is, so this is my negative sign. I'm going to type first negative sign and 1 because this is a -1. And the operation is minus. So this is minus. So now this time I'm going to use the minus sign, subtracting. And my second number is -16. So first I'm going to click the negative sign again, negative, and just 16. So this is -1 minus -16. Okay, when you hit the enter, you're going to end it up with 15, and it's a positive, so I don't have to worry about making it positive because the result is positive 15. Okay, thank you. Should I get a calculator? Yes, please try to get one calculator. If it's similar to this one, that will be awesome because we'll be using in this year this Texas Instrument calculator. And starting at 7th grade, it's like required actually, like in the benchmark, in the test, you're allowed to use a calculator, something like this. And we also need to learn from this point how to use a calculator, okay? And it will be much easier for you when you go into high school. So this year we're going to use a calculator, and it's allowed for every test and benchmark. So if it will be better if you get one. Okay, thank you for asking. Third question is 53. Let me see. Let me check. Third question is this one. Yes, it is a 53. Thank you. Okay, does anybody get the other questions? Okay, somebody says 7 and 8 is easy. 4 is also 53. Yes, they just switched the order because it doesn't matter if you're switching the order when you do the subtraction. You ended up the same result. And thank you. 6 is 17. Somebody says 17. Just double check, I would say. 1 minus 16. Use your calculator, I would say, but you said you don't have one. So double check with this one. Yes, it is 15. Thank you. Yes, 15. If you get like -15, make it positive, okay? Because you're talking about the distance between those numbers because you're taking absolute value. Always make it positive if you're taking absolute value. Thank you so much, by the way. Okay. So somebody says this is 9, and next one is also 9 because 0 minus -9 or 0 minus 9 is the same thing. 9 and -9 is the same, equally distanced from 0. Thank you so much. And what do you think? Yes, it's 15. So what do you think the last two? It's kind of decimal numbers this time. Can you guys figure out this one? Try to type in your calculator. Do you want me to do like one of them, like 9 or 10, and you want to try to another one? Yay, you got it. Awesome. Yes, it is a 27.5. Do you think this is going to be the same? The second one? Yes or no? No, it's 1.5. Somebody says 1.5. Let's double check. So the first number is 14.5. Let me type. Here's the clear out. 14.5 minus, okay, minus -13. So this time, so after the minus, you're going to see there is a different dash. It's a smaller dash. Did you see this? It's a negative sign, and it's a 13. Okay. When you hit the enter, you're going to end it up with, yes, the same result. Thank you so much. 27.5. Okay, by the way, this is the end of the lesson. I apologize. It took longer than I expected. So thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome. And I hope you got the point for today's lesson. The goal is knowing how to subtract the numbers On Monday, can we have something like this? On Monday, we're going to continue from like where we left. We will be reviewing this a lot. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll see a lot of this kind of questions in your DINs and exit tickets. So there is a no assignment today. Make sure you turn in these 3 assignments from other days. And there is a 1 exit ticket before you go. Make sure you answer these questions and you're good to go. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for coming.